Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mrs. Mutt. I thought it only fitting that tonight I will say, as we remember Mutt Scott, my husband, I thought we would kick off tonight. Oh, I see that it's probably come up in the bottom right corner. I forgot I did that. Um, I thought we would begin tonight with just telling you all how we met. I had actually still been married. Um, I I am still learning this whole lovely system. I didn't get a chance to learn a whole lot of it, so forgive me if things are rough tonight, folks. Um, I was still married, and my then husband and I had started attending church here locally, and we stepped into the what had been the bar area of a local club that the church had taken over, and Mutt was behind the bar, and I remember thinking to myself that he was a good-looking man, but again, I was married, so that's where that aspect of it stayed, but my husband and I talked to him and began getting to know him and enjoyed talking to him and getting to know him and enjoyed our conversation. And as we continued to attend church there, we continued to get to know him and talk to him. And I enjoyed his company. So, um, we got to be friends. And I really liked spending getting to know him and talking to him. He was definitely a character. He had some very stories. I remember talking to him, pardon me, and, he was telling us about some of his ghost hunting adventures, and he was telling us about, um, ghost hunting at the Cavalier, um, things like that, um, telling us about his experience with the ghost of Shirley, not that you recall which hotel that was at, but if you listen to our previous I know he talks about that. I know about the ghost cat at the Cavalier and the little girl. Um, I know he talks about I think he talks about in one of our previous shows, I know about, thinking they had gone to Grace Sherwood's, um, home, or what was left of it, or what they thought was left of it. And hello, Eric. Uh, I'm sorry, hello, nice to see you. Um, didn't mean to dox you. I apologize. Um, and that there was the remainder of the, um, fireplace and chimney at where they thought the house was, and some of the things that happened there. And, um, stories like that, I remember him telling me, "Hello, Captain Starling. Let's see if I can do what we talked about tonight." Captain Starling, did that do what we were talking about tonight? That make you a mod? Maybe. Let me know. I don't know if that did or not, but we'll see. No. Oh, that's what that does. Okay, I'm sorry. Hmm. Okay, I see what that okay. Like I said, folks, I'm still learning here, so I'm sorry to hear that, Steel Tree. I'm sorry you're having problems hearing. Um, let's no, that did that. Let's do. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. I am, like I said, learning here. I am not doing too bad, Steel and Tree. And if anybody wants to come up, oh, you know what? I just realized I forgot to do something. Um, I have to remember how to do this. That's not it. Okay, bear with me here for just a second because I want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to come on up. So I did just post that in the comments. May take it a moment to post, but that will be in the comments in just a minute. Let me also remember how to do a banner. I totally agreed, Lucky Me Linda. He is definitely being going to be missed. Ah, here we go. Oh, that's not what I'm going to do. Forgive me, guys. I am so sorry. There we go. Now we got the banner. There you go. Anybody who wants to can come on up, stay up here. Let me, you'll pop into the green room, the backstage area, and I can let you all up so you all hear your memories. Just, I just have to turn up my volume so I can hear you, but I will be glad to let anyone who wants to share a memory in. And I am still looking for a way to make you a mod here, Captain Starlink. So bear with me. If anybody knows how to do that, please let me know and I will see what I can do to private message you to figure that out. Thank you, Monana. I appreciate that. Maybe that's something I have to do in YouTube. Thank you very much, Gia. Ah, ha, 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 ha. There we go, Captain Starlink. We got you as a moderator now. Okay. I think we got you there, Starlink. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Welcome back, Steel and Tree. And forgive me, folks, because I'm looking back and forth between two different places for comments. So just to make sure I'm seeing everybody's comments. And forgive me if anybody is on Mutt's American Crime, not seeing comments there. So I'm only seeing comments in different places here, and there's a third place that it's an option. So I want to make sure I'm seeing everything. So if anybody would like to come up and tell any funny stories, any favorite stories they have, please by all means click that StreamYard link or copy that StreamYard link, and I will be happy to have you come up. I would love come up and tell your stories. I remember him telling all, uh, somewhere in our old shows about him and the bull. He was horseback riding. That lovely, wonderful idiot decided to let the bull loose while he was riding a mare in season. That had to have been a harrowing experience, we'll put it that way. Um, and for you subscribers, I have a question for you all. I'm not sure how I would go about doing it because I am so used to the back and forth between Mutt and I, but I am thinking about trying to do the show by myself. I would love your input. Um, what you think about me trying to do the show by myself, and if I were to do the show by myself, I would need show ideas. So please, I would love some input on this. Um, I would love to know what your thoughts are as our faithful fans. Um, then there were all the times that Mutt in his sleepy state tried to arrest me. He would be sound asleep, and I would be by him. For example, where he was asleep on the couch at the house, and I was you have to understand our couch is shaped like an L, and he was sound asleep on the couch, and I was sitting by his head, and Lord knows what on earth he was dreaming about to begin with, but I assume I said something that made him realize there was somebody next to him, and next thing I knew, he was arresting me for the first time. There were 3 different occasions where the man arrested me in his sleep. It was quite funny, and he was never rough. I mean, hurt me while he was doing it, even though he was grabbing my wrist and trying to put me in invisible handcuffs, but it was quite interesting. Um, then there was the night that you have to understand, I don't sleep well. I am an insomniac, and Mutt was one of those people that infuriated me so much. I was so jealous. The poor man, he would be asleep before his head hit the pillow, whereas I could take meds to put me to help me to sleep, and I would still be up for hours. And there was one night I remember very vividly. He's asleep 6 inches to my left, and my phone rings, and I look at it, and it's him calling me, and I went ahead and answered it, going, "What on earth?" Knowing that he's asleep. He apparently is dreaming he's at work. and for whatever reason, he needs to come home, but thinks I need to tell his boss that he needs to come home. So he's on the phone with me telling me I need to because his boss, for whatever reason, is scared of me, and he told me in real life that he was scared of me, and I, to this day, don't understand how this woman is scared of me. I'm nothing to be scared of, but for whatever reason, she's scared of me, and so he's telling me that I need to tell her that he has to come home. So I'm supposed to hang up with him and call her and tell her he needs to come home. He is trying to convince me of this while he's sound asleep 6 inches to my left. It's just hilarious. I tell you, the man kept me very entertained. He also sleptwalked. He was known to sleep. We were also fans of the show The Walking Dead. We were staying with a family for and this family were nuns, remember that vividly, they were nuns, and I remember waking up and he is standing at the foot of the bed holding his knife and telling me, "Be quiet, there's walkers in the house, I'll be right back. Stay be quiet. I'm going to go take care of the walkers." And all I could picture in my head was all of the 4 blonde members of the family in a bloodbath, and him being put in the back of a police car, and me explaining to the police that he was sound asleep and didn't know what he was doing. That's all I could picture in my head. So I stood there or laid back in bed and told him, "It's okay, it's okay. Rick's got them. I need you to stay here with Rick will take care of them. I need you to stay here in the bedroom with me." I managed to get that knife away from him and get him to stay in the bedroom, and I was never so thankful in my life. Oh my god. Oh, it was never a dull moment with the man. It just and there was our Valentine's Day together, our first Valentine's Day. He knew I think roses are overdone, especially at Valentine's Day. Everybody does roses, especially the red roses. Everybody and their brother sends red roses. He also knows I love music. Man walked a little over a mile one way to the nearest grocery store And I had no idea he was doing this, and bought a box, every kind of Cheez-Its they had, and walked back them on the couch along with a card, and I don't know if I was upstairs or if I was gone, but I walked into the living room, and there they all were, lined up, waiting for me. I was surprised, and the card asked me out to dinner that night. I was just so surprised. I loved it, and on my Facebook, I have a picture of all of his books that lined up on the couch. He was just so sweet. He really was that. And as for the video of him proposing to me with his mother's pearl ring, I knew there was a proposal coming. I did not expect it that day. I did not know. So if any of you want to watch that, it's on our you can see that. You can watch him propose to me with that pearl ring, and that proposal is just so wonderful, and it means all the more to me that that ring came from his mother. I love his mother to death. I have got the most wonderful mother-in-law to go with the most wonderful husband. Again, if anyone would like to come up and join me and share any stories, please, please don't let this all be me, guys. I know you guys have got some great stories. I know so many of them on the phone. He made so many great friends. Please in and share. Don't let this all be me tonight. I mean, I've already been talking for half an hour. Y'all can't just wanna hear my voice. You've got stories of your own, guys. I know he talked to Steel and Tree on the phone. I know he talked to Blaine. I don't know where he's at. I would love to see him pop in here at some point. I know that he talked to Starlink. If you would like to uh, s stop in and talk to us at some point here, Captain Starlink. Yes, he did love the cat. Oh, gracious. He practically begged Abigail and Trinity to have a dilute torch. You should have seen him telling them repeatedly to have a dilute torch, and we ended up with Billy Beans. He was so happy to have Billy. It was not even funny. And, oh my lord, I swear to you, just about every time I went to Royal Farms, which for anybody who doesn't know, that is a convenience store. They're a chain, but I know they're not out west, or at least I didn't see them out in the Midwest and further west. I think they're starting direction. They have some of the best fried chicken, and every time I would go, or darn near, he would ask me to bring it home for him. Well, Billy Beans and Miss Hella would smell that and come running. I swear it wouldn't surprise me if they got half his chicken because they would just sit there and he would share with them, and he loved it. He would complain about it, but it wouldn't stop him from sharing with him. He would just tear off a piece and give it to Billy, tear off a piece and give it to Hella, and then he'd eat a piece. Tear off a piece and give it to Billy, tear off a piece and give it to Hella, and then he'd eat a piece. I swear I wouldn't almost surprise me if they got more than he. It was just he would complain, but he got a kick out of it. And he had such nicknames for Billy. Wilhelmina Beans, we called her Beansy Baby. I still call her Beansy Baby. I would say, who needs a Beanie Baby? We need a Beansy Baby." Um, how did he if you all are Lord of the Rings fans, you know Gandalf, um, Grey Gandalf the Grey, Wizard of Middle Earth, well, he would call Billy I can't remember exactly how he put it, but he would call her the great, great lizard cat of Middle Earth or something like that. It was so cool just how he did that. It was adorable. Um, he called all of the cats princess, and he treated them like little princesses. I mean, oh my lord, he loved them so much. He got such a kick out of them. He loved taking pictures of them. Yet he was a dog guy. I have to laugh at that. I'm a dog guy. Yet he was head over heels for those cats. It was just cute. He loved playing with either with the, laser light or with the wand, with the string, cat like he was catfishing. I'm sorry, I'm visiting friends up on the Eastern Shore, and I've got one of their cats next to me, and he's just stretching out, and he bumped me with his leg, so I'm now rubbing his belly. This is Bruiser. I call him my mafioso buddy. He's he was born with something going on with his right eye, and he just half got half his right eye closed. He just reminds me of the mafioso. He's my buddy, so he's stretched out next to me. But for being such a dog guy, he was just nuts for the girls. He loved our cat. He was always so jealous they all slept with me. I'm not sure what else to tell you guys. Love to hear your stories. Thank you, Momsy. I hope I'm saying that right, Momsy. Oh, I would have loved to have seen him do karaoke. He swore he couldn't sing. He promised me that if we ever got to 1,000 subscribers, he was going to sing our song for me. on the show. Okay, okay, I'll stop. I'll stop rubbing. If you want me to stop rubbing your belly, you gotta let go of my hand. I can't move my hand if you're hugging it. I swear cats make no sense sometimes. Sorry. I would have loved to have heard him sing karaoke. He used to tell me he couldn't sing, and then he would sing in the car and tell me I would never hear him sing, and I'm like, "You little liar. I hear you sing in the car." Yes, they are missing their daddy. I came in the house not too long ago and found Trinity, my girl, the one that I brought home when he was first diagnosed. She was curled up on his coat in his chair, so I know they're missing him, and Billy has started doing that too. I know they're missing the only one I hate to say one that's not, but the only one that wouldn't miss him would probably be Abby, and that's just because she is so reclusive. She stays in Alex room all the time, and the only one she knows to do with is Alex. So she really spent time with him. She's heard his voice, she knows what he looks like, she knows he was out there. She never really spent time with him since she was younger. She doesn't spend time with me either. So I shouldn't say it's not she's not missing him. She's missing him in her own way. She knows he's gone because he's not in the house anymore. So, but she's missing him in her own way. So, yes, the babies definitely know I need their love, and Trinity has been curling up on my chest periodically, and Willa has been coming to tell me good night every night when I'm home, which I'm generally home. This is the first time I've been gone overnight since he passed. No, pardon me. This is the second time I've left the house overnight since he's passed. I came up here for a couple of nights a little bit ago, and then um, yes, they are family, Momsy. Um, they know they, they were his. They know that they're my kids. They definitely know they're my kids. So I have woken up on more than one occasion with all 4 babies, all the babies with the exception of Abby, I'll put it that way, all 4 babies with the exception of Abby, um, all the let me get this straight. All of the babies with the exception of Abby, 'cause we have 5 in the house, on my bed. I'm doing alright, Ramsey. Mom and I see each other pretty much every day, check in with each other, and we're talking to each other, and I did take off the rest of the semester from school just to get through everything, um, which I shouldn't even say get through everything, just get make sure I'm okay before I tackle too much school. Um, but I'm going back this fall. I I'm not one that goes year round. I believe in taking the summer off. So, um, I'm going back this fall. For those that don't know, I am going for my teaching degree to be an English, um, which it ended up being a good thing that I took the semester off. For anyone who doesn't know, we had a, um, pardon me, piece of cat here. Um, we had a school shooting a week ago on the ODU campus, and I am an ODU student at Old Dominion University, and I just think that would have about massacred my nerves. Yeah, he had an active shooter. He managed to kill a professor and, a lieutenant colonel, because he went for ROTC students. Um, Lieutenant colonel professor that was a professor and shoot 2 students, and both of these students survived, but like I said, he did manage to kill the professor, and it was a terrorist attack. It is being treated as a terrorism attack by the FBI. So, um, that would have just been I would have been literally 6 blocks from the building that the attack went down in. Um, and today is the 2-month mark of Mutt's passing, so it just would have been too much for my nerves. Um, I already suffer from PTSD and anxiety. I think that would have just been overload, as is I'm looking at this going that happened on my campus. Um, and I'm looking at this going, how am I going to feel when it comes time for me to go back onto campus for classes? How safe am I gonna feel when it comes to going back on a daily basis or a regular basis every week? Um, and I agree. He is dead. He was, um, he was subdued and taken out by, um, other ROTC students. He did not perish by his own hand. He did not perish by his own hand. He was relieved of life by ROTC students in order to make sure he did not relieve others of their lives. So, and there is a petition which if anyone is interested, I will be glad to share if you want to let me know. There is a petition going around to reward, for lack of a better way to put it, those ROTC students for their bravery by giving them, free tuition for the remainder of their, um, time at ODU. If anyone is interested in, signing that petition, please let me know, and I will be glad to share that with you. Um, yeah, that being that close to something like that would have just absolutely yeah. Again, if anyone would like to come up and share some memories, I would greatly enjoy. It's been 45 minutes of me talking about Mutt, and as much as I love him and love talking about him, I can't be the only one with memories of him, and I can't be the only one that wants to share, and you all can't just wanna hear about me and him, I would love to hear what you all had to share. I'm not that exciting, my thoughts on my husband aren't all that. Come on, people. Besides that, I should have thought about more of this beforehand, but now I'm going, "What else do I wanna say? What else can I tell you?" I don't know if he ever told you how he broke his ankle. I appreciate that, Momsy, I really do. I enjoy people, not only for myself and my animals. Um, I can tell you for a minute doubt that he loved me. He showed me, I felt it in the way he affected me and the way he did me. I ever more love in my life. Sorry, I've never felt more loved in my life than I did, but I enjoy knowing that he let other people know how much he loved me, and it never hurts to hear that from other, and I know how much he loved our girls, and I know I will see him again, and as much don't get me wrong, as much as I want to see him again and cannot wait for to see him again, it's all in God's timing. In the meantime, I know he is with our girls, and I know he is with family, and I know he is watching over me, and I have every faith in God that it is going to be the perfect time. There is something I have left to do. That's just like I told him that I didn't wish the cancer on him for anything in this world, but there was a purpose for it. Somebody had something to learn from it. There was a purpose for him having cancer. Whether we would ever understand it while we walk this earth or not, I didn't know, but there was a purpose somehow, somewhere, and I just had faith in that. I'm glad you found that and enjoyed him like that, Momsy. I'm very glad to hear that. he was he was a very unique character. You know, there's an old joke that I was just telling my friend Mumsy. There, there's a man in heaven, or there's a man talking to God, and he asked God, "Is it true that a mere a million years to us is but a mere second to God?" And God says, "Yes, my child, this is true." And the man says, "Is it also true, God, that $1,000,000 to us is" pardon me, $1,000,000 to us is but a penny to you?" And God says, "Yes, my child, this is also true." And man says, "God, can I have a penny?" God says, "In a second, my child." And I'm gonna sneeze again. Forgive me, guys. Forgive me. Whew. We're lucky. Normally, I sneeze 7 times in a row quite often. Whew. Yeah, I heard that joke in church. I will admit I heard that joke in church. Mhm. I have no doubt he's giggling up there. If anyone would like to come up, I'd love to have you. Click the link. Step into the green room, into the backstage area, and I would love to have you come up. I would love to hear some of your stories, some of your memories of Mutt. Yes, ma'am, see, he is good all the time. Oh, you guys have gotta be getting bored hearing me talk. Come on. I've been talking for almost an hour here. You guys have gotta have some great stories of your conversations with him. His mom and I, at some point before too much longer, I'm thinking, will be scheduling his or at least discussing when to schedule his celebration of life, and I will make sure that I let everybody know when that will be in case anyone happens to be in the area and would like to attend. So, if anyone is able to be here, I would love to see you If anyone wants to come pay their respects, share their stories here. I I can't turn up my volume. I'm not gonna be able to hear you, buddy. I can't turn up my volume or we're gonna end up with feedback.
Okay, well, it's
I will have to
I
go out
can't hear
louder
anything either.
to hear you.
I can't hear anything either.
You can't
Headphones are
hear me?
my headphones are malfunctioning. So just wanted to say hi and
You can't hear me?
what? Uh,
I'm afraid something.
no, these things work anymore.
I lost you. Did I lose him? I lost him. I'm sorry. I apologize, Blaine. I was hoping you'd show up too. God darn it. Are you able to do anything with YouTube? I see you in StreamYard. Are you able to do anything with YouTube? Pardon me, guys. I need to drink. My throat's a little dry after talking for an hour. Even if my volume's over playing, you can't hear anything but the feedback. Hi, Mumsy. I cannot turn my volume up, or I will not, or I will feedback, so I am not gonna be able to hear you. So you'll have to somehow let me know in the chat when you are done or something here. So I'm not sure how this is gonna work.
Well, shoot. You can't hear me, ma'am?
You know what? Let me do something. Give me just a second. I'm gonna do what we used to do.
Uh,
Where the heck is it?
yeah, I could hear
Okay.
all of, I could hear both of you guys while you were up here. Hopefully, I'm not disappearing on you guys.
Okay. See if this
Trying to
causes feedback.
hear both of you guys while you were up Hopefully, I'm not stream you disappearing right here.
Okay. See if this causes feedback.
Hear both of you.
All right, that doesn't seem to be causing feedback. So,
It's so weird. It won't even let me talk into the chat. Not from StreamYard. I mean, I can go back there.
I should now be able to hear you, Mom.
Well, I'm buffering. I don't know.
I should now be able to hear you,
On
Mom.
StreamYard right here.
So forgive me if there's an echo effect, guys.
Doing everything right. I live in the mountains, so I don't have very good internet. I don't know if you can hear me, little lady.
So forgive me if there's an echo effect, guys.
Shoot. Think if I just turn on your camera and your microphone and everything, you're good to go. But good, sir. Now I'm missing her. I don't know if that's hang on it.
What was that, Mom?
Shoot. I got $14. Go back, make me feel like I was sorry. He was like, I have a bunch of kitties, and I was had some baby kittens here that I was feeding the night that I was on. I don't know if you Miss Deb was one of the shows with I think the very first one I made it, man. I'm sorry. It's probably my internet too. Like I said, out there in the chat, can you guys hear me? And I'm not even on a phone, and I'm plugged directly up to my internet. It's plugged directly up into like the router thing. It's not even. It's and that was some of our first conversations. He was telling me his sicknesses that he had. And I was like, man, he's older than your husband was. We kind of kicked it and hit it right off. Now again, I don't always YouTube a whole lot. And,
That makes Blaine.
really, oh, but she keeps buffering. I don't even know. I'm probably buffering on y'all too. I fell through the heavens and I kissed the sky. This life I am that I am. Lord, give me your pain of the rain. Take it. View as I am the way, the life, and the truth. I am that I am, maker of the rain. Yeah, I'm here to take your child. I'm the maker, maker of the rain. I'm here to get your I'm here to save you. Maker, the rain. Rest in peace, Mr. Mutt. Prayer to Lord, Please watch over Mrs. Mutt's heart, her faith. She will see her husband again. She will see him as well too. And I'm sorry that I'm buffering here for this terrible. I just wanted to get up here again. I don't have a lot of stories to share, but
Thank you for that, Mumsy. I appreciate that. That was beautiful. And Blaine, I'm glad you got back into writing. And welcome back, Eric. Thank you for that, Mumsy. Sorry. I appreciate me. And Blaine, I'm glad you got back into writing. There. That way we don't worry about feedback. Unless someone comes back up, and then I can do that again and just mute my mic. Don't worry about it, Mumsy. What I heard was beautiful. And hopefully StreamYard will somehow smooth that out for the recording. I am so glad you got back into writing, Blaine. Unfortunately, technology is what technology is, to paraphrase Mutt. Things happen. We just have to just sort of deal with it. But I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you, Mumsy. Yeah, if I could untangle my tongue, things would go much smoother tonight. Does anybody else wanna try to come up? Well, I'm thinking about trying to rejuvenate the the show in his memory, in his honor, and trying to carry on at least as much as I can. Um, at least I may have to if I did it weekly, I may have to back down a bit when school's in session. Um, but I'd like to get everyone's feedback on that to see what the audience thinks, to get your input and also to get show suggestions because I really don't know, um, topics wise what to do. So I would love to get some feedback and ideas. I am going to do it. So I would stick to America just as Mutt intended. So anything American wise. And thank you very much for the kind words. Um, I don't know about reading Scott's works. Um, I have to find what he had written, and it's incomplete, and I don't know how far he got with it. It's just one. Otherwise, the only other thing he had really written was fanfic, and I don't know that I can find what he wrote that I know of anyway. Um, I know at one point we were writing together, and I don't know how to go about finding what we wrote together when we were writing fanfic. I don't even know how to find the group anymore, if it even still exists on Facebook. Um, he's the one that was originally in that group and led me to it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm imagine there's more than one group that writes for that particular author or series, and I don't know how I find that particular group to know if I'm finding the right one. So it would take a while. Um, but I would like to read Sky Knight if you would be willing to share it with me, Blaine, just to see what you wrote, if you'd be willing. No pressure. Well, folks, I've been at this for coming up on an hour and a half, and I appreciate those of you that have stepped into the studio. But I think I am about to call it an evening. I do want to thank everyone for joining me and I do want to give a special thank you to Captain Starling, our moderator tonight. I'd be happy to read that as well if you'd be willing to share it with me, Lane. I would be happy to check it out. I don't know if you know how to get a hold of me off of here. I know how you knew how to get a hold of Mud, but I don't know if you know how to get a hold of me. My email here, let me do it this way. I am not the world's fastest typist. Sorry. There is my email. Oh, pardon me, that's supposed to be Mrs. Let me try that again. My email is to Mrs. with the period, Mutt at gmail.com. That's true, Mrs. period Mutt at gmail.com. TRUEMRS period MUTT at gmail.com. So if you would like to reach me, that is the way to do so. Just let me know that you're trying to reach me about the show. That way I know it's not spam. Or in your case, plain let me know that it's about the book you're writing. All right, folks, I am going to close out for the night. Again, I do want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. And Captain Starling, thank you so much for being my moderator tonight. We do really appreciate everyone being here this evening. Thank you for helping me to remember Mutt. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure it would mean a lot to him for you being here. Thank you so much for helping me to just share these memories. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Remember to take care of each other. Remember to tell everybody how much you love them and appreciate them. Remember, next time you go into the kitchen to get yourself a drink, ask them if they want one. And I will talk to everyone another time. In the meantime, thank you again. You all have a great night. Love you all. Bye.